My name is Pepe Clark. I am the CEO of Apple Tree Creative Center. What inspired us to launch Apple Tree was we had a lot of students that left Let There Be Rock School, which is a performance-based school, and they had nowhere to play really. Talking to some of my instructors and some of the complaints of kids that graduated from here, we decided that we needed to create an all-ages venue where kids were safe, they weren't bound to house shows or to playing at, bars. We thought an all-ages venue would be a great asset to the city. Unfortunately, there's nothing like that here now. I know there was a place back in the day called Crossroads that people seem to love, and we wanted to bring a little bit of that back and give kids the opportunity to express themselves.
First year, I hope we have a very good, positive impact. I think we have the right mission in place that will be evolving as we move forward.
The voices echo.
We are going to help kids feel better. We are going to help kids feel motivated. We are going to help kids feel accepted. But the long-term effect is huge. The long-term effect on the community, the long-term effect on the city with regards to putting that vibe or putting that memory, putting that experience in those people's heads that will take them forward in a positive way. That is the impact I'm excited to see.
Did it pull you 6 feet under? Did you get what you deserve?
It'll really help these kids, and it'll really help our music scene also. It's just a great way for these kids to come together with other kids around the city. It seems like things have reverted back to house parties and stuff. I mean, there's places that do all-age shows, but then a lot of times clubs are 18 and over, and sometimes they're 21 over, so these kids get locked out.
I really hope to draw a big crowd and get partners who are like-minded in mission with regards to how much we care about kids and just general art in our community. But definitely, I hope that we are able to just get our name out there and have it become a brand that's notable and reputable within our community.
I wanted to make a name for itself in the sense of where all local musicians and local artists, it's their go-to spot. It's just a no-brainer where instead of having to Google, well, where can I do this? It's just essentially common knowledge throughout the city that Apple Tree is the place to go.
Definitely an all-ages space, but not just that, a space that has the intentionality of creating an inclusive and safe environment. You could start a show anywhere, but again, we're trying to be a little bit more intentional at Apple Tree in terms of the type of environment we're trying to create with inclusivity, with promoting local activism and art, and of course, providing longevity, not just like a space that opens and then closes because of something dumb that happens, but really weeding all of that out, making sure that we're providing quality service and a safe space as well.
El Paso is in need of creative spaces. We have a lot of interest in art, and the arts have been expanding in El Paso, but having a space specifically for kiddos that are underage is something that we are lacking. We have plenty of galleries that host open houses, but all of those typically have alcohol present, and some of those areas are in not so safe spaces. And so providing an all ages creative center for not only music but providing a space for growing visual artists, I think is something that El Paso is in dire need of.
Listen to you, just for you to put me down. Should've never spoke again. Baiting me continually. You're not my friend.
A youth space to hang out, somewhere where they can meet up with their friends and feel safe. Yeah. It's a good place for kids to go and feel like they can hang out without their screens and they can learn about something new.
We want this to be a place where kids can feel free to express themselves, to feel safe, kind of like a haven of sorts for all kinds of arts, whether it be music, photography, painting. We want this place to be a place where creativeness can shine, and we want the whole city to be able to take advantage of it.
I'm excited to make a community where kids can come and just be themselves and just be who they are. El Paso's always had a huge music and art scene since I was little. Since, we're right by the border, we have so many amazing cultures to grab from and so much heritage here. The arts districts and the music districts is very strong. And I think we get that kind of bug when we're in high school. And when I was younger, there really wasn't that many places to let that outlet to thrive. And so I feel that Apple Tree can provide that.
Well, now really is the right time to build a space like Apple Tree for the young adults in our community. It's a place that young people can explore, create, and feel safe and comfortable doing that.
The most exciting moment so far in this journey with Apple Tree has been the reaction of kids when we tell them exactly what we're doing, and they seem so excited about it. It seems like it's something they want to really dive into. We've gotten a ton of volunteers. The excitement is really palpable, and including people from the community that seem to express the lack of something like this in our community.
Being an educator coming from that background, I feel having consistent educational programming, having people come in that don't normally step foot in El Paso to be able to speak to kids about experiences that they've had that maybe somebody in El Paso hasn't experienced. So, for example, filmmakers, I think about big musicians that have gone through the ropes, industry people, anybody that can bring some sort of knowledge or experience and share it with the kids would be huge for them.
And Apple Tree seems like the perfect opportunity and creative space to teach art, music, and industry level knowledge.
And maybe at the right time now, because of all of our experiences, the board members, the people, the volunteers involved, maybe right now is the best time because we're really bringing together all of our experience, personal experience of like being touring musicians, playing live shows, running sound, being recording artists. All of those things really come hand in hand. Even volunteering for the community, volunteering our time, being a resource to the community.
Because it opens your mind. And I'm assuming that's what's going to happen here with the different music and the different arts and different experiences. Everyone interprets an experience in their own way. As long as we make sure to do our best to make it a positive experience, the goal's been achieved.
There definitely needs to be more outlets for youth in El Paso, and especially music related. I think that there's so many opportunities that we've talked about that they could be creating posters and t-shirts and music and learning the ins and outs of the industry is wonderful.
Volunteering, not only are you helping cultivate your local music scene, but you're also engaging with other people and seeing the connections, the through lines that we all have. It's great, it's empowering, and it makes you feel like, yeah, I could make a change just through showing up.
For me, podcasting, recording, just the business, if they want to book their own shows or touring, and just all the business aspects of being in a band, being a working band.
kids are not only gonna play shows or have a place to express themselves, they're also gonna learn what it is to be part of a local music scene, what it is to be a promoter, what it is to be a booker, what it is to be a sound engineer, what it is to run a door, what it is to have volunteers, to delegate jobs. It's really a learning experience in general of what music and arts can be.
It gives kids a place to really learn the fundamentals of the music industry. Things as simple as like etiquette, learning the etiquette of what it's like to be an opening band or a headlining band, studio etiquette when it comes to just kind of being in that environment. I'm hoping that it gives kids a really good foundation, so when they do go out and they tour, they decide to be a promoter, a booking agent, whatever the case may be, they're going to learn the fundamentals here, and they'll be able to extend that into which could potentially be their next career or their future career.
Music is so important in all of our arts, and I'd love to see music be the root and follow those branches to film, television, stand-up comedy, other creative arts that are all heavily dependent on music in many ways.
I want people to feel empowered and included, hopefully spread that sort of energy, not just here in the community, but elsewhere. Maybe they leave town and they're still motivated by the drive and the encouragement that they got here.
Short term, you're providing people with positive experiences. Long term, you are helping the community. Real long term, you're helping the city.
I hope and I envision that this space can grow into an arts mecca. I think a lot of what Apple Tree is about is being able to create self-sufficient and autonomous people.
They just need somewhere different to decompress than home, school. There's not really a lot of third spaces anymore for kids.
It's an important piece of our music community that we really need, because that's where it starts with the kids.
And so whether you're an artist, you want to be a muralist, you want to be a musician, you want to be a sound tech, you want to be a recording engineer, just being able to know that they can do it here comfortably and not have to worry about outside influences, negative influences.
When you have that sort of passion, you can get kind of frustrated when you don't have an outlet or a way to let that out. Also, if you don't have a community to share that with, it's kind of lonely. What got me really excited about Apple Tree was that, everyone's going to come together and build each other up. I hope the impact that Apple Tree will have in El Paso is the importance of the kids in our community to have an outlet. Things these days are so political, so argumentative, so divisive, and I hope that Apple Tree Creative becomes a place where it's just a hub of happiness and a hub of community, and where kids can just come and, be themselves and not worry about the outside world so much.
Unfortunately, we all know that when budgets get cut, arts are the first thing to go in public schools, and in general, if people have kids in music school or art school that they're paying for out of pocket, the economy goes bad. The first thing that suffers is the arts. So I want people to understand that this is, if they get involved with Apple Tree, it's an investment in our youth, it's an investment in our youth's future, and it's an investment on the future of the city.